Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Love Molinar. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to talk to you a little bit today about understanding the soul's journey. I feel that to be able to understand our soul's journey is to be able to clearly connect and accept all the dots. And what are the dots? The dots are all the people that we've come encounter with. It's the certain situations that we've allowed ourselves to be put into. It's all of this creates characters in a movie or a soap opera that is actually playing out, which is our lives. There is an experience or an event that is the catalyst. It is the big kahuna learning lesson of your soul. It is that pain which is leading the soul's journey. The journey our soul undertakes, it's based on us learning the lesson. And there's a couple of factors. It's the time it takes for us to awaken and acknowledge that lesson, the steps we need to take in order to heal, the action of letting go. We also know that letting go has so many different layers. And then also being able to make peace and just to accept what we have gone through. And forgiveness is key, especially self-forgiveness. You know, we live in a world that talks about forgiveness and, well, it talks a lot about fear, not so much for forgiveness. But when forgiveness comes up, automatically it's looked at as being outside of yourself. And what I've come to understand and learn that forgiveness starts with the individual. You cannot hope to forgive someone else if you did not learn how to forgive yourself. We have to learn to forgive ourselves. Guilt is anger turned inward. And one of the ways I got out of feeling guilty was that I turned it around. I asked myself, every time I felt guilty, Melissa, why are you angry with yourself? And I made myself answer it. And that's why the guilt and the forgiveness, we have to be able to have self-forgiveness, to let go of being angry at ourselves, of learning to become our best friend, of being a little bit more gentle with ourselves. If we can start to learn to do this for ourselves, then we can freely do it towards other people. But we're not taught that way. We're taught that forgiveness is outside of ourselves. It's for the other person or persons, and that the guilt is for us because we feel like we deserve constant anger. For someone to be angry, especially for us to be angry at ourselves, which perpetuates the big kahuna, the pain of the lesson of the soul, because we're now in a cycle of perpetuation, which does not help any of us. So from there, the time it takes for us to learn the lesson answers the question of when, because I don't know about you. For me, I want things done yesterday, past lifetime. I'm impatient. And this life lesson, one of my big ones, is about patience. So I feel that when linear timing, it has tripped us up so much. The power these 4 letters have over so many of us. When I feel like, does Wen know we're all her bitch? Because she's got bitches all over the globe, honey. In every zip code, province, and continent. It's like, who's your daddy now? Wen's like, you're my daddy because you're my bitch. Because all of us are asking ourselves every day, when is this going to happen? When is this going to be over? When is this da-da-da-da? And we keep going. And I feel that what answers when is like, yes, when we awaken to the lessons, let's look at ourselves. Have I done every single thing I can do to make myself feel better or rectify the situation or to manifest or create whatever I want? As long as we show up and we take care of us, not looking at the other persons and other factors, then we've done our job. Until we get to that point, we have to do the work. But once we get to that point, we definitely need to let go and let timing, because if there's other people involved, they've got lessons to learn. They're on their own timetable, which trips us right up, because we want for other people to be on our timetable. We want for people to learn their soul's journey lesson when we want them to learn it. And that's incorrect. It's an incorrect way to love. It's arrogance, because who am I to force you to learn something that you're not willing to see and you're not ready to see yet? Who am I to not trust that your life, that you will learn the lessons that you need to learn that are so important to your life's happiness as well as others, but it's not something we can push anyone into doing except for ourselves, because we only have control, over ourselves. I also feel that if we would stop and invest in ourselves from an inward perspective, then we would move freely through the lessons. Instead, we impede our soul's progress by allowing fear and allowing logic and other people's thoughts and opinions to influence us. Anything that keeps us running. Right? It's like, what is your favorite running shoe? I don't know about you, but I can kind of like run into anything. I can run in anything. I'm not like, I don't need a specific running shoe, but anything that helps for us not to sit down with ourselves and be self-reflective, we want to attach to that, which then takes us back to when.